NorCal. 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents In My Opinion Podcast.
Alright, so on this topic, it's how fast can a woman put out before she loses respect for herself or her partner in a relationship. And so for me, I'm much older than everybody on this panel. So I go back to a time where Rick always teases me about courting. People don't court anymore. I remember taking a girl out for a couple months before I'd even think about trying to get her to put out and stuff. And that's, I'm going back when I was a lot younger, but that's how the age was back then. Nowadays, they're talking on social medias and they're having sex the first date. So it is. So it's really weird for me to kind of understand this. But where I was raised, if a girl put out for you the first night, she probably put out for a lot of people, or would put out for a lot of people the first date. The longer she saved it, the more respect it felt. It felt like, oh man, maybe I'm special. Maybe I'm someone special. However, things aren't the same anymore. And so, as an old man, it really, it's really hard for me to wrap my head around it because that's not how the world works anymore. It's like going into a hamburger place and going, holy shit, I used to pay 19 cents for that burger. Because that's how I feel when it comes to dating. What's your take on this?
Dude, this is a good one. So, I feel like, honestly, girls, you want to fuck somebody on the first night, do it. You're an adult. You want to do what you want. You know what you want in fucking life. You see some dude who's hot, whatever, might happen. I mean, you might end up pregnant, STDs. I mean, I get there's that shit involved and shit. But, like, you're an adult. Like, you do what you want. Who gives a fuck what people think? If you want to go sleep with some dude on the first night, because that's what you want, go ahead. You're an adult. You do what you want. It's your life.
And it doesn't matter what you look like or what the guy thinks about you?
Yeah, because I've known girls that, I might have fucked on the first night, but then they're just good people, and it just ended up happening like that.
So
okay, but it was just for fun. Like, that's the thing. People don't understand the difference between, sex is supposed to be an intimate thing with somebody else, but now it's different. Sex isn't really like that. Sex is just really a good time now.
Okay, what I'm trying to ask, though, is, I'm going to put you in a scenario.
Okay.
You meet a girl and you fuck her the first night. You meet her, buy her beer, man, you guys are fucking that night. Would you be interested in dating that girl long term?
Yeah, she was cool. Yeah, it was a good fuck, too.
So the fact that
because you gotta try everything in relationships now. You gotta make sure you try it all out before you try to put money.
So it has no bearing at all how fast you hook up.
No, not really. But yeah, that's always gonna be in the back of your head. Oh well, yeah, she put out the first night, so blah blah blah. But if she's like, if you like her, who cares how many people she slept with? It's not your business. That was before you guys met. If you really like a chick, you like her, that's what it is.
See, I'm a firm believer in that too. Whatever happened before me was before me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Rick, what's your take on this?
How many guys have you slept with on the first date? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah, no lie.
Before the first date.
It's not gay if you cry through it.
Yeah, I thought about your mom the whole time. It wasn't gay.
Again, it's all levels. So, for me, I have that 3-date theory anyways. But I don't expect to fuck you on the first 3 dates. But I expect you to let me know.
3 dates.
What?
You lose money every 3 dates. You take her out 3 times and still don't put out.
Yeah, but that's by the 3rd date. That's why I do the 3-date rule. Because by the 3rd date, you're telling me if you're friend zoning me, bitch, then friends pay for their own shit. So
exactly.
Then that's it. Like, because by that 3rd date, I could have bought a hooker. And it would have been for sure, bam, in there, right?
And super fun,
right? Yeah.
Escorts.
So, now we're going back to STDs.
No, just pull out.
But as a dude, I just need to know that you're interested. You know what I mean? I just need to know that you're interested. Maybe you've got, but again, I'm not like Ronnie, where I think, because we've had this conversation, where I think, I need to court a woman for months and months at a time. Because I also feel with this new generation, while I'm courting you, you're out fucking 4 other dudes. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to, but if you're genuinely showing interest in me, then I don't need it the first date or 2. I just need to know that I'm the only dude that you're interested in at that point. And that you're not being elusive or some shit like that where, I call you and, I'm busy, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, bitch, what are you really doing? So so I think I would respect you more if you made us wait a little bit more, but it's kind of same shit I said before. Like my kid told me, he goes, if you're a key and you can open any lock, you're a badass key, right? But if you're a lock that any key can open, meaning girls for JJ, then you're a shitty ass lock.
But
you know
how
what
do
I
you
mean?
know
So
that?
you're just
Just
letting
'cause-
anybody open you up, bitch.
Maybe she feels some type of way about you, and she's just like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep with this guy tonight. I feel something special about this dude, and it's been a while. So boom, boom, boom. So how do you even know? You
Well,
don't.
I'm not saying I'm going to turn it down. Let's make that clear, right? I'm going to take that shit, but I'm going to think about you. I'm going to think about you in a different way. I'm going to be like, man, and then I'm going to try to figure it out for a little bit.
But if
and
you
be
like her,
does she do this with everybody, or she did it with me and then it
But
was
of course
genuine?
they're gonna say no.
Oh, of course they're going to say no.
Are you gonna do this on the first date?
No. A woman's always going to lie about how many dudes she's been with.
You gotta times it. What was that movie?
Yeah, times by 3 and shit.
Times by 3. Yeah.
So
And then
she said seven,
the guy was
21.
like divide by 2.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be interesting because you're the one who basically, if you're
I'm the lock.
if, yeah, you're the one. If,
So
if
not all
you're-
keywords.
So if you're the girl that sleeps with a guy too soon or whatever, you're the one that's either going to lose disrespect from him or her or yourself.
Yeah.
So let's hear your opinion on it.
So I kind of feel on both sides. Like in your case, the dating, it'd be so cool to see that come back because you just don't hear about it anymore. Usually people, if they start to take somebody on a date, that's that, right? But I feel in our situation, we kind of talked online for like a few weeks before we went out. He asked a couple times. I wasn't in a space where I felt like I really wanted to date anybody yet. And one day he was just like, you want to go to dinner? And I was like, no, I can't. I got to work tonight. He's like, well, you got to eat lunch, right? And I'm like, you know what? He's right. Like, how bad is lunch going to be? I can get out of this if I hate it or whatever. We go on our date. And it was a blast. Like, we ended up staying together. Like, he took me to work. I didn't even have time to go get my car. We had so much fun. The next day, we're together again. So we hit it off really well. In my mind, prior to accepting his date, I already had this judgment in my head that it wasn't going to work. He's a meathead. He's not going to have anything to talk about. I'm going to fucking hate it. This is that. I was dreading the date before he got there. And he's beautiful to look at. Like, women would fall at him. Like, can we take you out? So it was kind of weird. But second date, we ended up hooking up, and it was weird because that was not my plan. I wanted to wait a lot longer than that. And we actually talked about this later on.
See, it happens.
It's over
You're
there,
just
right?
like,
talked
you're just
about
like,
it
you know,
later
I like
on,
this
and I was
person.
like, look, yeah, because we hit it off so
Yeah.
well. Like, and like we kind of been together almost every day since. We don't really do too much without each other now. But I do think that there was about a week or two into our date, or our dating, may have even been a month in, and I told him, what would you have done if I didn't? Because that was not my plan. And he was like, we would have went on one more date, and that would have been it. So I think
Nice.
he uses your method when he dates, or at least when he
Smart
tries.
man.
But this is the thing, my relationship before that, there wasn't that courting stage, and I was like, no, that's what I want, because I never really got to experience it because it's kind of gone in our era. It's gone. And so he kind of brought it back, really, if you want the truth, and it fucking felt great. Maybe that's why we're together still. I don't know, but it worked. And we still date, though. That's another thing. We
Yeah.
still date. It's important.
And you know, there's something about chemistry to me. It's like you talk about the 3-date rule. One thing we always joke about is I do not shell out the big bucks on the first date. The first date, let's grab a coffee. Let's find out if we have anything in common. Because
We both like Chinese food.
yeah, you could take right.
What's your mom cooking for dinner?
That's right. You can tell in 15 minutes if you go, okay, I could date this woman a few times. Let's see what's going on. But so that's how I like to start it, and start it slow, and then we can hit. But if you have chemistry, I think
It might just happen.
it can
Let
happen
nature
fast.
take it.
I think it can happen, especially like when you have one of those dates where we've all had one of those dates where you start dating at 2:00 and it don't end till 4 days later. So that's the kind of thing that changes it a little bit.
Okay, with me, it's like this. It's like this, right? So now, you have, like me, I talk to people. I get to know them first before I even take them on a date. That's the difference.
But we
Like,
have
you
that
get
option
to
now.
know.
Yeah.
You get to know the person, but even though they might be lying because they're just text messaging, but at least you kind of get to know the type of person either they are or they want to be. Because either they want to be like that or that's how they're talking and that's how they are. And when you take them on a date, then you can see how they really are. And by that time, I mean, you've already been talking for a month or whatever.
But when you're talking to someone and you're filling out the personality texting, the minute you meet them, you probably know if it matches, right? I mean,
yeah, pretty much, because you should already know, like, a lot about it.
Main man, Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.